Dream bigger.
Donnie B got to be.
Good evening and happy Easter, everybody. It's Donnie B got the beats. You already know what time it is when you hear that thing. It's Donnie B got the beats with the beat. We live. So, typical fashion, here comes the glorious intro. So, tonight's guest, man, is a very special person to me. Like, not only is she family to me, but somebody I sincerely admire in the music industry and have admired for a certain amount of years. Her longevity is ridiculous. Her artistic ability is unparalleled. I had never seen anybody prepare the way that this person has prepared in preparing their craft for the world. She was the first person that exposed me to different things and different ways that artists and singers can prepare themselves while singing to help them I don't even know how to put it into words. Like basically she just did stuff while she was singing, like while she was just like practicing. And it was like, how do you even do that at the same time? Like I had never seen that before. And she was the first person I saw do it. Very humble person, very unique talent. And again, like I said, she's family. Shout out Fairmont Heights High School. Shout out PG County. Just known her for so many years, watched her from afar. I am proud of her. Every step she's made. This is the sister here, singer, recording artist, Tokiko. What's good?
Hey, Donnie. Thank you for that awesome introduction.
Thank you.
I do.
No worries. No worries.
Of be in this space with you and ready to rock out with you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, bet every word, man. Like I said, this been a fan from the Malika days, and just you got to see you just continuously build your resume up. Like there's no other way to say it other than that. Like I've never seen a stagnant point with you. So. And if anybody knows me, they know I'm like Simon Cowell. Like I refuse to give flowers, like you know what I mean. But I've always continuously been impressed with you. So, it was if I can get you on the show, I was like I gotta get her on the show. You know what I mean. But you definitely people need to be paying attention to this episode and whatever nuggets of wisdom you want to get back. So definitely wanted to share that.
Thank you.
No worries, no worries. So you in the A, right?
I'm in Atlanta. Yeah, I'm in northern parts of Atlanta. I'm not I wouldn't say Atlanta, the northern parts of Georgia. I'm on the in the perimeter of Atlanta.
Okay.
So I'm literally like north of the circle. Like the circles, which they consider 285.
Okay.
We're part of it right now, and I'm actually gonna be moving further up north soon. So
Try to get out the madness.
yeah, any further, I'm gonna be back in Maryland.
Indeed. Well, nonetheless, it's good. It's good to, like I said, like you said, reconnected. Glad to always see you and see know that you're doing well, man. Seriously. But let's dive into this, man. Let's get to it. I know you got a time crunch and everything like that. First question, for those that don't know, who is Tokiko?
Tokiko is a daughter. I am a wife. I'm a musician. I am a rebel. I am selfless. And I am a lover of all music. A lover of all music. Since we're talking about music, I know I'm here because I'm a musician, what have you, but I I do consider myself a person that, like, I love all types of music, and um, if I could do them all, I would. But I'm only just one person. If I'm not making music, then I'm also, doing the, what life ask of you. But if I could do it all, I would do it. I just love sound. What else? I have one more. One more. I may come back. It may come back to me, but that's me. In a nutshell. Especially right now, I'm a new wife. So
Congratulations.
I put housewife on my resume now, which is cool. I enjoy it. I love it. I've always been domesticated, so now I can actually do it with more purpose with another person, and he keeps me busy, so it's cool. So it has stretched me though as a person. Helped me see things. I know over time, I feel like you expand and your senses, heightened, and you're just more knowledgeable. Like you become more wiser as time goes. I just feel like I'm in a real good space, and I'm really excited to just get some new music going too. I know I've put some things out, but just I'm ready to get back in the studio. Me and my DJ slash producer, we're ready to go back in because like with the quarantine, with everything going on in the world, and we just feel like we just got all this stuff bottled up in us. I feel like this is gonna be some good stuff. If we put out some good stuff, this is gonna be some good stuff. With a lot of anticipation built up in us, period. And there's so much to just express right now because music is an expression at the end of the day. So here we enjoy it. We might be crying over it, we might be partying over it, popping bottles, we might be doing whatever. And really, that person, that was a creation for someone, that three
Right.
minutes or 2 minutes of what you're hearing and enjoying, that was somebody's creation. So, that may came from a painful place from that person, may came from a victorious place, we don't even know, but we enjoy it. And that's what I think is so dope about music.
It's awesome. It's awesome, and I mean, you clearly display that in your art. Like I mentioned it on Friday on the last episode of the Beat. It's like people need to look at it from perspective of if you're a musician, you need to learn to put art to canvas. You know what I mean? And like I said, just there are very few people that I know that do that. There's a lot of people that just kind of go with the formula of what the industry puts out and pumps out, and it's like a machine. But you were one of the first people that I've ever came across that really just kind of just pushed the envelope with regard to things sonically or visually or whatever. Just like you said, a rebel. I think that's the most iconic word that stands out to me. If somebody asked me what word resonated with me about you, I would say rebel. Like, and I mean that in a good way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
So
all good. It's all good with me. Someone actually called me a rebel, and I said, "Oh, I'm a rebel. Oh, okay." So I was like, "Well, maybe I am." Um,
right,
Even though I don't feel like I'm rebelling against anything, to be honest with you, but my ways seem to just my natural way just seem to rebel against the norm, which is it's just been me. I never try, I never like strive to be dare to be different. That's just who I am, you know.
right,
And a lot of it stems from um, what I've heard growing up. I'm an '80s baby,
right,
and synthesizers, and that's when electronic influence came really heavy in the music when people was able to even dub track, stack vocals and things like that. Well, not in the '80s, they were able to do that way in the, but I'm just glad that I'm I'm here when they started dub tracking. But anyway, as far as instrumentation, synthesizers and things like that, like what people are doing with guitars and the distortions and just a lot of different sounds. So coming up, listening to those influences from the '80s, uh, especially the funk era. My brother to thank for introducing to like Ohio Players and Boots Collins. and Parliament and Earth, Wind and Fire, and of course Ozzy Brothers. I had to plug the Ozzy Brothers because the first like
Right.
you know, just hearing all those things, especially like with Bootsy Collins, like those people were far out. Like they were really eclectic. And then,
Right.
you know, then you can't have your Prince, your Madonna, you know, the pop era when people were pop icons.
Right.
You know, Michael Jackson, you know. So I'm seeing all these pipe icons, and I was intrigued. You know, I loved Madonna. You know, growing up, I was a little girl, and I had no clue what a virgin was then. But when she came out with a virgin, and she was on the stage with the wedding dress on, and you know, that was like, ooh, I want
Right.
to go in my head. I want to be a virgin, even though I was a virgin. 'Cause I was like so young.
I never knew. Never knew.
I didn't know what I was talking about, but I really was like intrigued by Madonna then. So the pop culture, man, like I love it. I'm intrigued by it. It's also intriguing to see what influences pop culture.
Right.
It's crazy. Like, you know, nowadays, I mean, earlier than nowadays, but even hip hop has become pop music, you know, something that um, you know, wouldn't have dared been in considered pop before is pop now. And you know, even the ways of from hip hop, you know, the things that happen that we people that grew up living the things that those people actually rap about, and now it's like a fad, it's like a trend, it's a thing, you know, like, oh, it's so cool to be ghetto, it's so cool for girls to be snatching air, and you know, you just got the long nails, and you know, you got the
Yeah.
sideburn, like it's like a thing, it's like it's so cool to be ghetto, it's so cool to be hood, you know, till it's
Yeah.
really time to be hood. Till it's really time to be
You
hood.
know that part, right?
Yeah, it's just funny to me. It's just funny to see how these things are. It's a thing, and you know, with the capping and the snitching and the gangs, it's just like it became part of pop culture.
Right.
It's literally part of pop culture. If they do pop culture classes in like Harvards and Yales and stuff like that, this stuff is like in study books now. You know, the way of life for people at one point, you know, where, you know, it wasn't so pretty and glamorous and pop culture. It
Right.
was, it was a thing, you know, I wouldn't say it was a good thing, you know, but that's another example how pain becomes art, you know,
Right.
people's, you know, the minds become what people are entertained by it, you know, which
Right.
is interesting. But anyway, I said that to say also that my influence, you know, as far as my selection of music, what I like to hear, like what my ears like to hear, especially when it comes to electronic part, being close to Baltimore, and listening to that club music,
Hmm.
and also in the '90s, there was a lot of dance tracks that came out. Crystal Waters is one of the artists I could think of.
CC Music Factory. CC Music.
Down again, I wanna be there to the end, 100. Like
100%. Yeah.
great music, like you can play that a dance club now, and it's still gonna go.
Right.
Like I think I actually seen her perform that at a basketball game in Maryland one time.
Wow.
Like I think it was the Wizards playing years ago. It was years ago, but that music, I love that music. I remember like dancing to that music when I was a little girl, opposed to other people dancing other things I was out then, but that music just was like, ooh. Then another turning point was it was another group, a British group called Prodigy.
Hmm.
And that when I saw the visuals to that and I saw the guy, he had his hair all crazy, and we're like in this tunnel, and
Yeah.
you know, it was wet, it looked really seedy, it looked underground, You know what I mean? Looked like some vampires was gonna come out, and dude had like crazy
Contact.
probably he had contact lenses in. He's a black dude. It just was like, wow, they far out. And I kind of grew like a love for like heavy metal electronic music because it's kind of like that was kind of like a drum and bass, a fast drum and bass sound, and that crazy down 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 like that just was like all those sounds was like ooh, it was like I was in a candy store, you know, like ooh, my ears was just catching on to all that stuff,
Right.
and we're like into them. I got introduced to Portishead, which was like some down tempo electronic music.
My favorite.
And turned me completely out. I was like, "Ooh, this like this dragon sound, like you know, it's like bass and it's like you this snare with this like all this delay on it." It was just another thing. I was like, "Ooh, my ears like." So I was just chasing that in the early 2000s, and no one was really checking for that. I was in a pop world, being in a pop girl group. You know, with a hint of R&B. We was on R&B too.
Right.
I think what made us pop because we did so much dancing and stuff. So we were kind of like in comparison with like the 3LWs and the Blacks and the Destiny's Child. Even Destiny's Child was singing a little harder than us. And like TLC was just starting to like, you know, after they lost Lisa, so they was just, you know, they were still around, but not as prominent as they were. And my ears, like I said, it was just always there. When I finally discovered what I was looking for, I was like, okay, I just stayed there. Even though it wasn't time, I was ahead of my time, but I just stayed there and I never felt like, you know, I wanted to do anything else. I'm like, if I start something, I'm going to have to finish it.
Right.
Do what I want if I have the luxury to and continue on. Yeah.
I get it. I mean, and again, I appreciate that because I honestly learned a lot about you just in this passage here. Like, you know what I mean? It's with regard to music. Your the things you've drawn influence from, you know, are stellar. Like I said, I mean, you know, Portishead is like, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Beth Gibbons and the whole team of Portishead, and you know, even their NYC live album. Like I got the entire collection. Like amazing. You know what I mean? Amazing. But to be able to draw that kind of muse and then kind of look at it back, retrospect at your work, I was like, okay, I can totally see it now, because before I couldn't. I was just like, okay, she's just like, but it wasn't a bad thing. It was just like you were just definitely clearly marking I'm going this way. And it was awesome and it was refreshing. But to look back at it now and see it and see the muse, and it's like, I wish I would have seen it sooner. You know what I mean? But it's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. Nonetheless.
But you know, better late than never. But later, you know, we still here. You know, we still tangible. You know, so it's just a matter of you know, just getting to it. You know, I just feel though, I'm happy. You know, I can't say that I've had the success that, you know, I would love more people to hear my music, but as long as I'm doing it, I'm cool, you know, and I'm able to like feed myself, clothe myself, have shelter over my head, and be happy. I'm cool. I don't feel like I'm chasing something. When I get in that studio and I make that music, like I'm in my glory. And I'm not saying I'm making this and I don't care if anybody don't like it. That's not my attitude. It's just like it's therapy for me, you know, and I'm like, somebody got it. It sounds good to me. It feels good to me. Somebody else got to feel this. You know, it's a matter of people get into it and hearing it. So.
Well, listen, they gonna, if they didn't know, they gonna learn today. You know what I'm saying? Growing up when you grew up, talk about what it was like for you growing up. I mean, I know you dabbled on it with regard to you know, your influences by way of music, but with you talking about it in specificity. What was it like for you growing up, and did you encounter any issues, or and not? I don't want to say issues because that's kind of like but you know, just whatever you care to share about you growing up and how you overcame it to become who you are today.
Oh, okay. Well, growing up for me was pretty festive. I feel as though um, I've always been like an old soul. So um, I didn't grow up quick. I still had a very good childhood. My mother made sure I had a childhood. I had a child. Yeah, shout out to everybody. Love Mama Cookie. I love her. Yeah, so she made sure that I had a childhood, and so did my dad. You know, they made sure they raised me, they guided me, they always were in my ear, even though there's crack here, there's guns here, there's this, that, you know, just growing up in that era was just so much stuff going on. And when I say crack, I mean crackheads. Let me say crackheads because, you know, I'll see crackheads in the neighborhood, you
Yeah.
know. That was the scary thing. Those people are like zombies, you know? So it's like, as a child, you see them, they acting all weird. They're not acting like the next person. But so you're like, okay. Just say no. Okay, yeah.
Right.
Let's say no to that one. So, but in the midst of all that, I didn't feel like I didn't have a bad growth. I didn't have a bad upbringing. Like it wasn't like we were struggling or anything like that. You know, I had a really good childhood. I didn't want for anything really. But like I said, it was still stuff amongst, you know, me that was like, ugh, okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go here. I don't want to be that way. I'd rather be here. I had a lot of good examples and bad examples of where I wanted to go in life. And I'm glad I had the coaching and the foundation to make those decisions. I don't want to go that way and I want to go that way. You know what I'm saying? So, that was one thing. Music was there, of course. I had my grandfather, he sang. I remember seeing him sing. He had this crazy baritone, like
Yeah.
guy from the Temptations from Silent Night. We come in solid. My grandfather had a voice like that.
Yeah, I remember.
Will resonate through a place, you know what I'm saying? And he would sing his bass, and my mom, she used to harmonize with me. Like we'd be in the car, she'll harmonize with me, and then I got in a church choir, and I was leading a church choir. I was a small thing leading the adult choir. And back then it was just holding notes for me. Like I thought if you hold a note over like 10 seconds, you know, then I'll look up. I'm like holding my eyes, I'm holding this note. The next thing you know, I break the note and everyone's standing on their feet clapping. So I think that's when I caught the entertainment bug. Cause I'm like, oh my God, they're clapping for me. I'm gonna hit another note. Let me hit one more long note. So now I caught the bug then. And then kind of getting, you know, that was when I was really young. This was before like probably even middle school. And I was leading an adult choir. And we were going like from different little churches and singing in front of different churches. And it was like, I didn't think nothing of it. I wasn't shy. I just did it. I just went up there and sang. And so then getting into high school, that's when I was getting in the real, you know, in the real field. Malika. Shout out to Miss Cole. I don't know if anyone heard from Miss Cole or what's
There's
her
a lot of rumors. There's a lot of rumors. I mean, I wish you would, you know, if possible. And I gotta say that I wish she would, you know, pop her head up. She has time. She has a lot. There's so many people, so many of her disciples that are out here rocking right now.
I'm
And
telling you.
so, you know, shout out Miss Cole, man. Shout out Miss Cole.
Very Cole, wherever you are, Miss Cole, you know, we love you and you know, you're still with us all. You touched us. You know, she was a white woman and in a city high school and you know, teaching us Coltrane and all types of just, things that I've probably never been exposed to if it wasn't her. Just and being on her ass. She was on her ass. Like
Oh
it
man.
no, she was not playing with us. And I know she had to be that way. Being an adult now is like, oh, she had to be that way, with that group of kids or what have you.
Yeah.
She was very passionate, and I appreciate her for exposing us to those different genres of music and just that structure and blend. You
Right.
know, that was amazing. She just don't even. I mean, maybe she do know, but she's impacted me and so many other people tremendously.
Yeah.
Um, I still remember things. She had me in jazz band. I was playing jazz saxophone, and it was just crazy. I hear the stuff today. Like, wow, I was playing that stuff in high school.
Right.
You know, as a freshman and a sophomore. So yeah, that was cool. Yeah, shout out to Murray Cole. Yeah, so high school, I got a good taste of different types of music, singing live, even singing in front of a live band, traveling,
Yeah.
breaking the band down, microphone, at the pep rallies, man, we used to sing and dance, It was like, it's like, geez, I've been doing this for like so long. And I just made me think about that. Like, I've been singing and dancing long before I even was thinking about that I actually sang and danced. I'm thinking about when I was signed and all that. No, it goes way further back than that.
Yeah.
It goes further back than that. And we were working. We
Yeah.
were playing up there. We were singing, we were harmonizing.
It was a job. We spent a lot of time together. We spent a lot of
Time. A
yeah.
lot of time. I mean, school was one thing, and then after school, I missed all over again for music and dance. I used to literally leave my dance class after school and go out the window and go to the band rehearsal. And I probably had another thing going on. Who knows? I was going from one activity to another. I stay busy, boy. I stay busy, but that's so cool. But yeah, I really did not. I honestly did not think that far back. That was a long time.
It's funny how when you look back at it retrospect, when you actually slow down life to really look at it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But again, it shows. This is what I say. Like our first show, Two Flew Westwood, your brother and I, we had to have the brothers on from Fairmount. Had to. And really just started to talk about our time. And
Right.
it's that's a whole movie, whole TV series on just the time that we were there by itself. So many stories. So many stories. But again, you look at the body of work that everybody from you, Jerry, Boo Boo, Mike,
Mm-hmm.
KJ, Keita, you know what I mean? Chris Gaines, myself, you know what I mean? Like Peely, like everybody had, you know what I'm saying? It was just so much. And I mean, like look at Amaya right now, Keisha Taylor, like just everybody killing it. You know what I
Right.
mean? But we all came from the same foundation, the same principles, and you see it in the work. And saying all that to say to keep this short and brief is just, you know, you're a living testament to what we endured, and that's what we did. We endured together. You know what I mean? And that's why it's like it's nothing but love and respect to anybody that came to that program, because you know what time it is. You
Right.
know, so that's that. But um, switching gears really quick, I know because you talked a lot about getting started in the music industry, right? So I definitely don't want to spend too much time on it, but I definitely want to talk about the moment that you absolutely like because you already talked about your influences and what kind of pushed you in that direction. How did you get started?
I got started being in a girl group, still in high school. Um, I was called into a group. There was two of them. I made the third member. Um,
Mhm.
they just did a talent show and won it. So they was on this high. Oh, the guy discovered them. It was like a local manager. His name was Alan Palmer. I'm just gonna say Alan for now. I don't want to take nothing away from Alan because Alan was the first. Do you remember Alan Palmer? Was
No.
it,
I get it though.
he was at first. He was the first manager I had, and
Okay.
he very patient with us. We were so young and annoying. We were very annoying. I remember we purposely been annoying too, which was weird. But anyway, he took us and he started to record us. It was my first time actually being in a recording studio, and we laid a few songs down. And he felt as though that um, we could possibly go further with maybe another manager. So he introduced us to Kai, and Kai is now Stevie Wonder's ex-wife. She went on to do continue on with music after she, didn't have us as a group anymore. And she actually has a artist named Andra Day, I believe her name.
Yeah,
She's
I did.
yeah, she's pretty big right now. She had that song "We Rise Up," and she actually manages her now. But anyway, she managed us for a while. Then we got into the hands of a lady named Melinda Zanecki and her husband Paul Zanecki, which is an attorney. They were out of Annapolis, Maryland. And when they got us, they actually took us to another level. They did it. They got us in front of Evander Holyfield through another third party. So we came down to Atlanta, the three girl group. We were Exhale at this point, and I believe Kai actually came up with that name, Exhale. So we Exhale at this point. We came to Atlanta, uh, auditioned for Holyfield in his office, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna sign him. I'll sign him." So he signed us, and since then, we were like recording new music. We were traveling, doing different, we call like morning shows all over the country. Oh God, like 4 a.m. Getting makeup done. I remember getting my makeup done for the first time on a television, a news network, and I'm like, what is she doing in my face? Like, why is she putting this light makeup on, this dark makeup on me? Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's making me look crazy. Like, so I'm like, oh God, I'm like wanting to cry, like, oh my God, what is going on? And then finally, when I saw the playback, I was like, oh my God, I look beautiful. Like, that's me?
Yeah.
Wow. Like, it was like, I had no clue, how professional makeup was done then,
Right.
especially television. I mean, it's so many layers, and then finally you have this person's face. Because I guess all the lights and the cameras wash you out, what have you. So that was pretty cool. That was a shocker for me, but yeah. So we was doing the morning shows. We were performing live on them. I used to be nervous. I was so because I'm like, this is live, so if we mess up, that's all that it's going to be. So that was pretty cool. That was good training, and that kind of was like getting my foot in the door, getting my feet wet, doing live remotes, um, traveling, getting my makeup done professionally, getting wardrobe, things like that. Just like all these people, like they're literally dressing you, like you're just standing there and they're like putting your clothes on first. I'm like, this is kind of cool. Like I can get used to this. But another bug, bit me. The perks of being an entertainer. There's so many different people involved, so many moving parts. Just to come up with a production.
Right.
Once again, that's 3 minutes and some odd seconds. Now 2 minutes, people making songs that short. That you put all this energy and time and effort behind, and then here you go, you just a 3 minute piece.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's so many moving parts behind it, that I still enjoy. I enjoy it. Um, So that was pretty cool. You know, we got to walk the red carpets with a lot of A-list um, artists and entertainers out there that's still relevant today. I remember a highlight was Patti LaBelle came up to me and was like, "You sound really good." I was like, "Thank you. Oh my God, this is Patti LaBelle." Oh, telling me I sounded good. Oh my God, it's crazy. She was really she's like a diva for real. And I mean that in a good way, like a goddess more. Like she's like kind of fluid in a way. She's really fluid. Like
Yeah.
uses her hands this way, just regularly, like, you know. So I'm just looking at her in awe, like, look at this angelical being. Like, wow, you know. And I met Don Cornelius for Soul. You know, rest in peace, Don Cornelius. I met him. He hollered at me. I wanted to cry, but it was all good. He not regularly holler at me. He just kind of like got a little stern. And I was like, oh my God, we pissed him off, you know. Cause I felt like a little snot-nosed kid in the industry when I first started out. I was so young and green and oblivious to everything. So I just felt like, here I am, here to sing, you know, like, and no one I'm sure probably took us serious then. We were so young, you know, and but it was cool. So yeah, that was a highlight, going on Soul Train, doing Soul Train, and meeting some iconic people like Patti LaBelle and what else did we do there? We presented an award to Ashanti. It was the Lady of Soul Awards. I don't think they have that anymore, do they? The Lady of Soul Awards? I'm not sure.
I kind of, to be honest with you, I boycotted watching award shows. I know it's arrogant, but I was like, I'm not watching another one until I'm on it.
Okay, I know that's right. I feel you. Why not?
Yeah, you got to own it. So that's my way on
Get out, speaking to existence. I hear that.
it.
I believe that. You know. But yeah, we did the latest solo awards. We presented an award to Ashanti, who's still relevant today,
Mhm.
still gorgeous as ever. She was getting nominated for, I believe it was Best Artist of the Year, songwriter. And I remember people were petitioning for her not to get it. They didn't want her to have it. And um, I was talking with a friend. I remember having this conversation with a friend. I said, yeah, man, they don't want her to have it, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, well, they shouldn't be worried about her getting it because she's getting it. You know, don't worry about she's there. So she had to do something right to get to where she is. Look at that part. You know what I'm saying? Whether she's worthy or not, you know, hands down, at the end of the day, she's getting it. Okay, petition or not, this girl is getting this award. So, and so it made me look at things different too. Like, you know, we're so easy and quick to critique someone in a position where I couldn't critique her because I wanted to be where she was. So how did I look, you know, talking about Ashanti and what she didn't deserve? I wish I was being rewarded for best, you know, artist of the year, or songwriter of the year, whatever. I can't remember the exact category, but you know, it's just, you know, just show you how I believe people just can be talking heads sometimes. You know, everyone has, they say everyone has an opinion, just like they have a, you know what. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, but she was really, really, really a beautiful person. Like, I don't know, you know, she could be a monster behind closed doors, but I didn't sense, I sensed humbleness. You know, when she came and got that award, she was humble to get it. She was grateful. It wasn't like, yeah, I deserve this because I'm Ashanti and I wrote Baby, Baby, Baby. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, really nice girl. Yeah, that was a cool night. Very memorable um, time. I think that was my first time walking the red carpet. Then I had another super cool moment walking the red carpet for the Grammys, and this was after, you know, I wasn't signed. I was up there my own dime. You know, me pushing myself as an independent artist, which is whew, hard work, hard work because it's not easy um, to not convince people, but not everyone is going to support your dreams, you
Right.
know, but they can't see it. Only you can see it. So
I,
only you can see it. So, you're moving forward. You're trying to tell you can't do it alone. So you have to keep people with you. Sometimes they lose faith. You gotta keep the morale up. So I did that for a while. I mean, I got me to Tico Pink. I was Tico Pink at this time. I got myself to Fashion Week, the Grammys. All my own dime, all of my own sweat equity. With the help of the people that believed in me and was ready, willing, and ready to ride with me.
right.
And so yeah, that was pretty cool. That's well, as far as Lady Soul, that was like my start. Me going to the Grammys, that was like my middle of being in the music industry. And then after that, it was more like, okay, now reality, life. And I got to set up my life. I wasn't making any money in the music industry per se, so how was I going to do that?
Right.
So I picked up a few odd jobs and I ended up becoming an entrepreneur. Um, it was after my attempt to join Puff Daddy's band. Yeah,
Making,
yeah. The Daddy came making it a band.
I
Yes,
remember that.
yeah. That was another attempt of not attempt I should say, but that was another experience I had with the music industry per se. Now that was a reality check for me because being signed and being having a situation, a record deal per se, I wasn't used to scratching and fighting for it. That wasn't. I was like, huh? I almost felt like bougie, like me. I've had a deal.
Right.
So when I got there and I'm seeing the girls' eyes, like, they were like you know eyes of a tiger for real with the claws too. They had the eyes and the hands. Oh my gosh. So they were up there singing their hearts out, dancing their hearts out, and so was I. But I wasn't used to the part where um you have to be a character. You have to have some type of personality, some type of character outside of the singing and dancing.
Right.
Singing and dancing just got you in the door. Now you have to fit in the program. You have to fit in the storyline. You know what I'm saying? You have to, we need some ratings out here. We need some TV ratings. So that part is where I got a little confused about. I was lost in translation when it came to that part. I was like, look, I just came here to sing and dance. I don't know what else y'all want me to do. You know, and I literally I shut down. Once I saw it was too much going on for me. I was like, I shut down. I literally shut down, and it was fun. It was fun because I was in New York. I was in Soho. I was shopping my little head off and getting to know all these girls and seeing all this talent from all over the United States and all different walks of life. You know, all different types of girls were up there and shapes and sizes and there's some extremely beautiful. I'm like, I haven't seen so much beauty in my life. Like, wow, in one room. So it was, I had to think like, wow, I'm here too. I'm
Right.
up in here as well. So but yeah, that was the whole part when it came to, like I said, the characters and all that. I was like, I don't know. Maybe if I would have known that going in and I was like, you know, someone maybe gave me a heads up, maybe, and I was like, okay, I'll play the game. But I was like, no, no, I didn't, no, no, you know.
Right.
So I'm not a competitive person. I'm just not competitive. I'm not competitive in a way. I mean, I'm now learning to be more competitive with myself. You know what I mean? Like, I like to challenge myself, if anything. Like, I gotta be better than what I was the other day. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. So
Well,
it's so much like I gotta be better than that person. Is
well,
always I'm always the mark.
right. And so that was about to ask you. So would you say that that means that you are, when you say you're not competitive, it means that you see no reason as like, why would I need to compete with anybody else? It's like, what's the good? Or are you the type of person that's just like, like I literally have never had to compete because I just kind of always just naturally just went about my way. So I mean, but I think you answered it. I think you answered it.
That's exactly what it is. I always go things my way. And now competing in a way like, say for instance, of a race, a simple race. Now I'm gonna be, physically competitive. Like,
I
I,
just see,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I just see you get it. Yeah, just see Miss Cookie too. Then get out there and she take her shoes off and get out
oh
there.
man, yeah, my mom was a runner, man.
So
Oh
I mean,
yeah, she's a runner. But yeah, if I, something like that, of like, some type of sport. Yeah, but when it comes to singing and lifestyle and artistry, what am I competing for? That don't even come in my head, and that not even my method of operation.
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I literally do what I want to do, always have, and
You've always been that way.
I'm thankful for that. You know what I mean? Because I could have been one of those people where it's like, whoa, why not me? Like, why am I not to the masses? I mean, it'd be nice, but I'm gonna be Tokiko. Period. That's just period. Poo. They say. Period. I'm gonna be me.
But like I said, that's always what was always commendable about you is that you always just kind of charted your own course, and that's what I meant by rebel. It wasn't a slight. It wasn't anything. It probably doesn't. Rebel probably isn't the appropriate word. I just say rebellious because it was different
Mhm.
from the norm, from the narrative,
Right.
and you kind of just stepped out, rocked. That's what you did, and like I said, so there was always respect with that. Now with regard to so because I want to stay respectable of your time. I definitely want to jump into these. We have two songs. We have "Heart to the Sky" and "The Last Years," and I would definitely want to truncate some of the upcoming questions. But this is great. This is a great interview because you said a lot of information. I know I definitely don't want you to, you know what I mean. Like, but "Heart to the Sky."
Hmm.
What was it? How did that come together?
Heart to the Sky came about at it was a very low time for me, actually, emotionally. Um, I just lost a friend of mine at my hands, and just seems like Earth was like earthly things. Like, I was, it was like blah to me. It was like, I needed otherworldly things, and I kind of got into I was damn near like a little hippie at one point. I was really, that's the song. What you guys hear now, that song actually was it was just a guitar and me singing it. And but now it is what it is. There's more instrumentation to it, but I really was like really like no shoes, feet in the grass, you know, out my mind, yeah, all that, because I just wanted to escape in a way, I wanted something to stimulate my mind because I was so low. I was so low, and I had to really come to grips with not so much reality, but just come to grips with life and things happening and tragedies. Now we know that we all going to get out of here one day. Period. That's inevitable. But the tragedy is what we have to find ways to deal with them and have foundation. If you don't have foundation, you can lose. I could have lost it. If I didn't have a certain foundation, I literally could have lost it. I had music, I had my beliefs that kept me grounded. Not even family and friends. Like I had no one really to lean on because it was such a bizarre, tragic thing that happened that I had to go inward. So I became earthly in a way as far as like a hippie, like tree hugger, like peace, love. I'm still there, but that song specifically, I was in the thick of it, man.
Okay.
Yeah, heart to the sky. I discovered that that we all coexist, people, and the heart to the sky. I feel like we're all our hearts are like beating. If your heart is beating, my heart is beating. It's a rhythm going on. Like we sit in our energy. Some type of electric, magnetic, something's going on. Now just imagine that everybody and everything on this planet that has a heartbeat, just and it all stop. Everything, the little frogs, the little ant, whatever has a heart, whatever's pumping blood through some veins, you know what I'm saying? If everything stopped, what would I plan to do? In my mind, I feel like the planet would stop. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Because we all coexist. So that's why I was like, heart to the sky, we be this one. Forever shine bright, you are the one. Heart to the sky, we be this one. Forever shine bright, you are the sun. Like we all coexist. You know what I'm saying? Every living thing. So that's what heart to the sky really is. Um, human being to human being, living thing to living thing. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's heart to the sky. That came from pain. That's where that came from. It might be airy and spacey, but I was hurting, man. I was hurting. I was hurting, but it saved me. You know?
Good.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
All right.
Heart to the Sky by Tokiko. Check this out.
Did I lose audio? I must have lost audio. Well, I can't hear anything. Oh, that was a stew. That was a stew.
Through the colors and auras, we are correlating, keeping open mind to create. Let me learn from your face with all your good and mistakes. Show me love, love.
Yeah, so I apologize, everybody. That was there was some technical difficulties in there, so I do apologize on missing the first half of that. I'll take that.
Oh, like I can't. And I thought something was popping. I said, maybe he can hear.
Oh yeah, no, I was rocking.
No,
I was being selfish about it because I was like,
oh,
this is dope music. I needed it for myself, but but no, like I said, we're gonna play the second song, but I direct everybody forthwith to hear that song on Tokiko's Spotify page. We make sure we have that link in there so that way people can check that out in its entirety. And people was actually chat me up something fierce, man, in my phone. So they definitely was interested in hearing it. So just know that. But that was a dope song. Definitely great energy to it. I love the way it made me feel with regard to and I'm a like I'm an alpha guy. I'm an alpha man. Like I'm like I'm not laughing at that or I'm not joking. You know what I mean? Like, but that made me actually feel good. You know what I mean? So I definitely vibe with that track for sure. It resonated with me. Last year's.
And the last year, when I said I wrote that song, Heart to the Sky, I wrote that song 10 years ago. Stop playing. 10 years ago. Give and take, maybe 9 or 10. Okay. Yes, maybe 9 or 10. Maybe 8. But I know it was around the time I was trying to get myself. I lost my friend at 11. I lost her in 2011, so it had been shortly after that when I wrote "Heart to the Sky." And there's another version to it I might release one day. Yeah, but okay. So the story behind the last years had it literally made itself. Okay, no, seriously, like some of these songs, sometimes they'll get created, and I go back and like, what, like I don't recall like where we were specifically, but they get created.
Mm-hmm.
Like some songs is like a little entity of its own. The last year's is one of those. I don't know how we came up with it. It was during quarantine, the height of it, like in March when everybody was like, we're probably all gonna die. You know what I'm saying? These like something's bad gonna happen. It just was a real heavy feeling on on the world, not just America, just on the world, the whole planet. We were all like shook, and Fridays the producer he come and we'll just rock out every Monday. We will rock out, and this is one of the songs. Like I said, it was almost like a slight freestyle. I know I ended up start writing things down and piecing it together more. I had my friend Black Amore. He lent some vocals and some lyrics, some lyrics as well. And we came up with the last years. I just remember this feeling like I do remember the part when I was like doing the backgrounds. It was like I felt so open, like I felt like wide open, like vulnerable maybe. Because like, okay, we going through all this, I don't feel contrived at all. I feel completely open. Wow, that's probably why I said don't hold back. Like, what you hold back for now? What you got to lose, okay? The world gambles. What you got to lose? My dad called me one day. He said, "Okay, how old are you now? Oh, okay." He said, "Well, whatever you want to do, you better do it now." I said, "Okay, you right, Dad." I want to do it. So Anyway, this is last year's. Is that's it's straight vulnerable, straight vulnerability. Um, my back is against the wall, like you know, do or die. You know what I'm saying? I hate to keep sounding so morbid, but that's the reality of it. You know, like I said, yeah, you know, pain is art. You know, sometimes you never know what that artist is going through at that time they sing that stuff, and it may not even reflect that. But yeah, yeah. So the last years, yeah, I enjoy. I love it. I love that song. I like to ride out to it. You know, I almost feel like I'm riding to it, and I'm like, I'm in the video. It's tough for it, yeah, but it kind of puts you in an interesting space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Tokiko and the last years. Check this out. Here we go.
They walk a straight line. We fly in a curve. Rolling out order. We flip in the bird. Everything's down. All doors closed. We walk the lonely road to a place we call home. Go away from your own feet. No one wants to face their own feet. No one wants to face their own feet. Living in the last day, the last day, the last day. Living in the last day, the last day, the last day. Living in the last day. Travel light, don't bring your baggage with you. Misty eye, full of flowers to bloom. Your journey can be all so smooth. Just by the way you making it smooth. Go away from your own feet. No one wants to face their own feet. No one wants to face their own feet. Living in the last day, the last day, the last day. Living in the last day, the last day, the last day. Living in the last day. Everything is down, all doors closed. We walk the lonely road to a place we call home. From your own feet, no one wants to face their own feet. No one wants to face their own feet. Living in the last day, the last day, the last day. Living in the last day, the last day, the last day. Living in the last day.
Yeah, we going into the other song, but no,
I'm about to come on in.
that.
About that vampire was inspired by a telepop music song that I love so much. Like, let's put some instrumentation at the end. Everyone's songs all early, but we do what we want. So let's put a little extension on this bad boy.
I mean, I don't think people understand it. They're like, when you think outside of American radio, right, and the institution that America creates for its trendy music that you hear on the radio every day. You go to other parts of other parts of the world, and they have other versions, and the versions extend beyond. It'd be like 10-minute long songs or whatever, and people just be straight in the club, like like giving it. You know what I mean? And I think that's the thing that people don't understand about American music, and opposed to the world music, where people aren't scared to, like I said earlier, put art to canvas. And again, to me, that's what that last song touched on. It's just art. It speaks. It paints a picture of emotion for us to kind of look back and look at a portrait of ourselves. It's ridiculous, yo. I love what you're doing. I really do.
Honey,
Yeah, no problem. Again, it's real. It's art, and I think that's the thing, is that if you take the time to appreciate these types of things, you can kind of see exactly where the artist is going, and those are the people that stick, to be around forever. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't see why you're not in that category. You're not mentioned. Real life.
one day be recognized for, if not, I'm still having a good time regardless.
Well, that's why you on the beat. You celebrated as far as I'm concerned. So listen, to be honest, like I said, we had a conversation. We are at a time. I wanted to ask you. I'll put it to you like this: not to put the pressure on you, but we are at a time as to where, to be all respectful, because I know that you're a very busy person. If we have a few more times, if we have a little bit more time, I can gauge some more topics and run some more things by you. If you are at a time, it's totally fine. We can cut it short, and then we just, I just wanted to present the option to you to see what you felt about that.
I can answer a few more. Not questions, but I can speak further. I can chat with you a little longer. No problem.
That's cool, but you understand, right? Because I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything like that. I just wanted to ask because I know you're busy, and I know you got tons of things to do.
No,
okay,
I'm cool.
Cool, good. Well, then let's get to my favorite part of the interview. So I have hot topics. Okay. Hot topics are my favorite part of the beat, because these are random-based questions designed for the viewers to get to know who you are through random-based questions, right? So I'm gonna fire up some questions, and hopefully, you answer them to the best of your ability. If you don't want to answer them, you don't have to. But I just ask that you, just be as truthful as possible, and just have fun with it.
So someone's really okay, I'm here.
No, ask a question. What's your question?
No, I'm just going. So are these questions from you, or is questions from?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like from people. Oh, okay, got you. All right.
Yeah, I'm shocked nobody is commented now, but I mean, now that I said that, they probably will comment, because people do that from time to time. But these questions so far is for me, so that's what the hot topics are. These are my questions, designed for people to understand you better, right? 3 things you didn't know. What is 3 things that the world does not know about Tokiko that you'd like to share, and or 3 things that you'd like to clarify?
Okay.
What's wrong about you?
Well, one thing, I love spicy food. Like if it's not spicy, it's not right. If it's not hot, it's not right. I love spicy food. I love to cook spicy food. Like I can't eat regular food. Like if it's not spicy, like I have a problem. Like I'm not enjoying it. That's one thing. What's another thing? I have my pet peeve. I have a pet peeve. I cannot stand chewing gum. Like I cannot stand chewing gum.
Okay.
I can chew it, but I don't want to see it. I don't like to hear people chew it. I don't like to hear other people chew it. And I don't even really chew gum because I don't even like to hear myself chewing it. Hear it. I hate when people sticking on their hand right there when they're eating, like, and I hate when people like sticking on their plate at dinner. Oh, it makes me want to scream. It makes me want to... Okay. Anyway, it drives me crazy. I just don't like gum, and don't let me step in it. Like, you would think I stepped in dog poo if I stepped in gum. I'd probably throw the whole shoe away. I can't stand it. I just can't stand it. It's so messy. It gets stuck in your hair. It's just too much. So that's the second thing. And third thing, I'm just gonna be weird about it. I like to hear things crunch under my feet. Like, I like to step on leaves.
That is the thing. I get it. That's I never would have guessed that one. I just want to hear something crunch under my feet.
Yeah, like leaves. Like, if I'm outside in the fall, I wanna step in like the leaves. I want to hear the crunch, not bug things now, not stuff like that. It may be a can, or maybe like a piece of candy wrapper, or oh yeah, good one, like acorns. Like when they fall the tree, like I like to step on them and break them. So all the squirrels probably love me because I cracked their nuts for them before they can get to them. So they already get to their nut because I already cracked it, my foot. Okay.
Indeed. Okay. Learn something new. Never knew. I never knew. Netflix, what? So what what's on your visual playlist? Like, what movies you talking about? Like what like TV shows, TV series, Bridgerton, it could be freaking it could be Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Lord only knows, So what are you watching?
I don't know. Let me not put my foot in my mouth, but okay, I'm gonna say this. I don't watch series.
Okay.
I try to stay away from series. Only because I'm so busy, and I'm like, when you get hooked onto a series, then you have to like follow it, and you make sure you're keeping up with the episodes and the seasons, and it's like that's too much for me to keep up. I can't even keep up with small things because I have a multitude of things going on.
Right.
So, but I did get caught up into one. Like, there was one show that came on HBO before, like, Netflix, the whole Netflix thing. It was called it was a vampire one. It was called True Blood.
Yeah.
True Blood was I love True Blood. And then it started getting funky afterwards. Like, the first season was like really good. Then it's like I lost interest because my attention span, whatever. But the first like True Blood, I was like a True Blood. I was hooked onto it. Now recent times, I did get into Pose. I don't know if you know about Pose at all.
Of course.
I love that show. Like, I got that one. So they make another season of Pose. I'm on it. Now I kept up with that one. For some reason, I just loved it. I was intrigued by it. Because maybe it has something to do with music, and it just showed that time, that era of voguing, and mind you, I love Madonna, and all that kind of played into part. So movie wise, I'm a movie buff. I love movies. I love movies. So I just saw recently Bad Trip with Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah.
The guy was, oh God, I'm not messing with his name, but that was so funny. So fun. I was cracking up. I love comedies. I love horror films, and I like drama films. I'm not really big into action. I watch action if I'm like I have nothing else to watch, but comedy and horror films is my thing. I love a good scary thriller. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, Bad Trip was the last movie I watched. Yeah, that was really good. Funny as hell. I mean, gut buster.
Okay. I love it. Yeah. My playlist popping. What's on your audio playlist? Like, who you listening to right now that you feel like, why ain't everybody up on this right now?
That's
outside of Tokiko.
Right. But yeah, but see, I'm listening to old stuff right now because I'm shedding. Um, I've been listening to some old Nina Simone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've been listening to some drum and bass.
Mm-hmm.
I just got put onto this artist named Aurora.
Mm-hmm.
Does like her music's far out. I love it. You know. Um, I've been looking at a lot of Tiny Desk performances and stuff.
Okay.
The I saw, which was yesterday, I was looking at it. It was Masego. The
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was pretty cool because he played the saxophone. I played saxophone too, but not anymore. I played, but so I've been listening to some Tiny Desk performances. Listen, like I said, I'm shedding right now because I'm trying to shed just different inspiration, you know what I'm saying? Like just get inspired by artistry and singing live and things like that. Considering that I will be doing my live performances and recording them in a few days. So I've been
Mm-hmm.
trying to get in that field, just kind of get grounded with that. Who else I've been listening to? I listened to Ozzy, bro. I listened to Ozzy Brothers this morning. No, it was yesterday. And considering that they do have a verse, right? But it was a song that came to my mind. Um, oh, I got work to do.
Mm-hmm.
I got work, baby. Like that came in my head. And I was like, to be honest with you, I was the remake came in my head. I can't remember who sang it. It was a woman. Can't you see? I can't remember who it was. But when
Mary J? It
it wasn't Mary.
wasn't? Okay, I thought it was her, but it could be.
It was somebody else. And but when I asked Siri to play I Got Work to Do, she played the Ozzy Brothers version. I said, damn, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy because they having their versus thing. But yeah, so I was listening to that. I just been listening to like just things that's coming up in my head. I always have Afrobeat in my car. That gets me going. Like I said, some drum and bass, different DJs, drum and bass mixes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, that's been my vibe lately.
Okay. Might I suggest, have you ever caught Daryl's house?
Caught Daryl's house?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I don't even know if he still has up to date seasons, like up to date episodes. But have you ever seen Daryl's house?
No,
It's Daryl, Hall and Oates.
of course.
Yeah, Daryl Hall is so he has a concert series where it's like filmed like it's in his living room, but he
Stop
has
it.
it's all live people. Like
Oh,
like people that sing with him and his band, and like CeeLo Green, it's a whole bunch of people that sing on his joint.
oh wow. Yeah, I'm gonna catch that.
Go on YouTube, look up Daryl Hall, look Daryl's house episodes. You
Okay.
know, that's all I'm gonna say to you because
Oh,
it like literally puts you in that mode where it's like, bro, like okay, live that part.
sweet. Oh, I'm gonna check that out. Yeah.
Yeah. There is as far as audio is concerned, since you're in the live space, gotta throw it out there. Have you heard the Kenny Loggins version, the Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald version of What a Fool Believes?
No. Put me on.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say to you. Because
Okay.
are you familiar with the Doobie Brothers? What a Fool Believes?
No.
Okay.
What am I missing?
Now I don't want to be the one to tell you. I want you to experience it for yourself, and you tell me. But at the end of the day, like I said, the Doobie Brothers version is the original, and I know you probably have heard of it because you know what I'm saying, like you come from the same pedigree. So everyone, if you come from the pedigree I came from, you've definitely heard that song.
I
But
probably didn't know who I was listening to.
exactly,
I
which
probably
is
know the song, but like it's sometimes like I'll know the song like and I may not even think about the artist too much. You know what I'm saying? But I know the song.
exactly.
Okay.
But but that's what I'm saying. The Kenny Loggins version, the live version, they got a Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald joint because Kenny Loggins helped to write the song. And most people don't know Kenny Loggins wrote like Footloose and performed with Footloose. Like, yeah, like man, listen, I don't even want to listen. Just What a Fool Believes. Google it. I mean, YouTube it. What a Fool Believes. Michael McDonald, Kenny Loggins.
Okay, I like it. All sounds good to me.
So yeah, and that's all I'm gonna say. Let me know how you feel about that.
I'm with it.
Top 5 crooners is the last hot topics question. Top 5. Who are your top 5 singers of all time? Like the top 5 just crooners. Like
crooners.
Yeah, they're just
hit here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start off with, and I'm probably gonna be jumping from eras. Well, let me try to start from early era first, and then present. And I only have 5, right?
Yeah, but it don't matter. Just the eras is not a problem. Just
my mind's sake, I'm trying to like get everybody. My top 5, I gotta narrow down to 5. So let me start with let me just start off with my girl Nina first. Nina Simone, 1. Top. That's my mother, priestess, high priestess, mother, musician. I love her.
With it.
Next will be Luther Vandross.
Yep.
Then it will be Mary J. Blige. Prince. I have 1 finger left. Who am I gonna give this to?
That's it. You see what I'm saying? It's always difficult at the last one.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
No.
Oh my God, because I'm really God.
This is a ton of pressure.
Yeah, because I have like 6 people on this finger that deserve this finger.
I always say the same thing. I feel you. And then I'd be like, oh, I forgot that person. How dare I?
Oh, I got my people. I got my mains. I got my
all right, split. Give me 2. Give me 2.
Brown? No, not James Brown. I love James Brown so much. But I gotta give this to. Who am I gonna give this to? I'm gonna give it to James Brown. I give it to James Brown.
Fair. Not even mad at your selection. Not even mad at you.
I gotta give it to James.
You see, you made it through. You made it through.
Bobby Womack, right?
Yeah, Bobby Womack he would have been great.
But see, it's only 1 song of Bobby Womack that just is right here, and I swear, like everybody that was in that room that taped when they recorded "If You Think You're Lonely Now," I wish I was there. Everybody was so locked in, and I don't know if that was like dub or I just feel like they were all in that room, in that studio, and he was singing. And it was like it had to have been like some type of angels there, like it had to be some other presence. It was so like out of worldly, you know what I'm saying? Soul music, you know what I'm saying? Like we know soul music, but the bass player, the drummer, Bobby Womack, the guitarist, they was on point. They was on point. Oh my God. And okay, let me say this too. I know I'm jumping around, but I gotta say I love Madonna. I couldn't give. We said croon singers and stuff like that. To me, I've mentioned Madonna so much because Madonna is for her entertainment value. You know, hers a pop. She is pop culture. Like she's like a pop artist. Is what pop like. She's like the mother of what pop artists are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. She's like Chuck Brown for pop people.
Exactly.
I gotta put it. Chuck Brown for pop people, you know.
Right.
But I get it.
The dance hall.
I get it.
The dance hall. Right. Exactly.
I ain't even mad at you for it. So look, what I'm gonna do is because we had a couple more questions, but I'm gonna truncate these down. I'm gonna give you 3 more questions really quick, and one is one that might give us a little bit of a go, but I feel it's necessary. And then the last two questions are just, just kind of designed for people to, know, like I said, how to reach you and so forth and so on. Black in America, with everything that's been going on that we've experienced in 2020 going into 2021, the thought process, the heart, the emotion, the give and pull, the tug, Georgia being kind of at the epicenter of a lot of the presidential stuff that was going on. What is Black in America? What does that mean to you today?
Black in America. Black in America now, how I feel?
Yeah.
Being Black in America?
The floor is yours.
Present time, Black America, what does that mean to you today? Okay, I do. I could go so many. So just to kind of keep it short, the first word that came to me was evolution. Like black, being black, like we have evolved into, and what we're evolving into, like that's what I focus on mainly, because I could focus on that black is hated. I could focus on black is fear, okay? But what I rather, to sum it up, and I just say evolution, the black evolution. Like what has black people come to America, and what we are today, and the influence that we've had over the course of time, like we've like evolved. Like they need to give us a whole nother name. We need another name. Something. We can't just be called black people no more. We need something else. I want something cooler. I need something
You put in the work.
else. All right, because being black in America, like we have endured a lot. And I'm not, and I say, when I say we, I can't even personally say me as a black person, like being black, that I've like, have had this adversity. I can't say that personally. You know what I mean? I never really had experienced any type of discrimination. I could have been oblivious maybe, but I just haven't. I was down in some part of Atlanta. This pickup truck came. Oh God, I'm wiping my eyeliner off. Sorry. Anyway, this pickup truck came driving by. Nigger. I was like, really? It didn't hurt my feelings. I didn't feel no certain way. I was just making sure, like, all right, jackass, just don't get out and being physical. Keep, if you want to yell nigga, keep going down the street, yelling whatever, but don't get out that car. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or do something like, I don't, but I'm just saying, like, it's just, but yeah, like I said, evolution, evolved. Like I said, I mean, black people aren't black people. What black people were, we like morphed into this amazingness, and it's pretty triumphant, considering that we still there's things that still happen, to our people, because of past. I feel like it's from the past. I feel like, for example, I was just telling somebody this. I might be going off topic a little bit. Let me make it quick though. I was just saying, like, when you see on TV, because they always tend to highlight when black people get shot, right? And like when you see, they even show clips. You'll see the black man specifically, running with his back towards a police officer. His back, unarmed. And they shoot him down. And it's like, well, damn. Now, that person could have done nothing to them. They weren't harmed. They couldn't have harmed them.
Right.
So but you decide to take their life. And to me, damn, maybe that's in their genetic code. Maybe it was in that genetic code, black person to run away, to get away for freedom, right? And maybe it was in that the white officer is, is to control that person. So if I can't get you, this bullet gonna get your ass. And they're not even thinking that's a human being, that's a life. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody's father, that's somebody's brother, that's somebody's uncle, somebody's son. But you just pow. And I think at that defining moment, they don't even realize what they're doing. It's just in their, it's in the blood, it's in their makeup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like that gotta be cleansed before we can get past those things happening. Because it happened too often to be like, oh, it's not a problem. It's a problem. And yeah, man. But like I said, we still keep it going. We still here. We still keep it moving. It's just not in us to be malicious. We can do nothing but evolve and become better, because we're not gonna go out here and start a militia and a revolt. It's not what we do. We'll go put it in art. We'll go and build.
Yeah. So obviously she technical difficulties. These things happen, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, everything that she touched on is definitely a monumental point in society. And it's a monumental point in time. As they say, history is always retrospect. History is never forward thinking. History is about what happened in the past, because it's in the past. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns with regard to our history or where we are, look, seek answers there. It'll tell you everything you need to know about who we are right now. Saying all that to say, not sure if she's gonna get back on, but in these moments, in these times, definitely would like to thank you for tuning in to the beat. I appreciate you for supporting. Make sure you like, subscribe to the beat, as well as to Flu West. Shout out Nicholas Baker. And yeah, I'm kind of lost because I want to see if she's going to make it back on, but not sure that that's going to happen. But anyway, like I said, with all fairness and all due respect, like I said, this is 2021. We all need to heal. It's important that we heal. It's important that we evolve. We must, as a society, as a people. We all breathe the same air. Doesn't matter, the complexion or the skin tone or the background. We all breathe the same air. We need the same water. We need the same sustenance and nourishment. We are family, just like the song say. Please be gentle, be kind, and keep that in mind. Other than that, that's all I have to say about it. Thank you for tuning in. And we're just going to go out. Donnie B got the beats. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Easter. Stay tuned. Be blessed.
Donnie B.